Every evening, we bring you the latest in the world of sports and the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Paulo De Rosario. Watch the game live and our past episodes on demand on the Pilipinas Live app for just 149 pesos a month, available for download on Google Play or the App Store. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. After bringing home an Asian Games gold medal for the country, world number 2 pole vaulter EJ Obiena now looks ahead to the 2024 Paris Olympics. He talks about what it takes to be the greatest of all time with Z Gervasio in this latest edition of The Lineup.
Could you tell us how the next few months are looking like for you heading to the Paris Olympics?
I still have a week, I would say, to kind of like do what I want to do, like unwind and really refresh the whole, you know, that focus and single-mindedly focus and obsess on my craft. So one more week of that, then I'm gonna go back to training and really zone back in and focus and build the things that needs to be built going forward and going to Paris, which is what, 10 months to go.
10 months. So how are you feeling about that? You've mentioned you've had 4 major tournaments this year alone, and you bagged all the hardware so far. Does that like add confidence to you heading up to Paris?
Yeah, definitely. Having said what I said last year and being able to do it and keep my word, that definitely, you know, is a big boost of confidence, knowing that, okay, I set my sight on these things. I know some are long shots and everything, but I'm able to make it. Definitely that, how you say, self-efficacy in a way is very high.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna roll on that and focus a little bit more on aiming a little bit higher. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think I did pretty good, but I think there could have been a lot, still lots actually. Now thinking about it, there's still a lot of things that I could have worked on. I still missed the podium, and that's another thing that internally I wanted to not have. So, I mean, it's still a work in progress.
For sure, and a long work it has been so far. Earlier, I asked you when was the last time you trained in Ultra, because just a fun fact, I think I saw the whole family, the whole team, EJ Obiena, training sa Ultra pa yan back in 2017. I remember them coming in their van with their poles inside. I was like, wow, it really takes a village, even for an individual athlete. So, you know, looking back at those moments, like, how do you feel, you know, with your journey so far?
It's a totally different world now, I would say, and I'm very, very glad that I got through that part and I was able to kind of learn certain traits and certain habits. I wouldn't want to say inconvenient time, but those periods where not everything is moving the way I want.
Not as smooth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's totally something I'm very grateful for, because it made me the man I am now, and it made me a little bit tougher the way I see things.
Knowing that you're world number 2, does that make everything clearer? Did that make more goals? Did the timeline shift into maybe being the GOAT? Greatest of all time.
To be the greatest of all time, that's still far. Gotta admit that, you know, I've jumped 6 meters twice in my career. I would say to be even considered the greatest of all time I've ever done it in the world, I probably need to do it maybe at least 10, 15 more times, and at the bare minimum. So I'm still pretty far, but my goal is not just to be the greatest of all time, is to win the accolades that needs to be won. And I think when it comes to my sport, it's not really the records that says, okay, you're the best, but it's the medals that you win, you perform when you're under pressure. I think that's tougher. We have a lot of meets in the year.
Right.
You want to jump 6 meters in a small competition down south of Italy where nobody, you know, nobody's there, you can do it. And you can get as much opportunity as you want. But you get one. Exactly. But you get one shot in Olympics, you get one shot in World Championship, you get one shot in Asian Games. That's where it counts. That's where it matters.
All right, well, we talked about pressure. Does being world number two and everybody's behind you, cheering for you, especially going through the Paris Olympics, like, do you feel any pressure from your supporters from the Philippines
I
to be
think
number one?
I think I do, but at the same time, I'm not supposed to be world number two. You know, I'm not
Okay.
supposed to be here at the top of my
Either
game.
one.
And it just so happened that I'm now currently world number two. And to be honest, I take it in the opposite way. There's a reason why I'm world number two. You know, I'm the second best current pole vaulter in this era, and there's a reason behind that. So I don't think it gives me pressure. It gives me more of a confidence that, hey, there's a reason why I'm world number two. So going into meets, there's, you know, when things are not going my way, I just scream in my head and like, hey,
Number one.
stop playing around, and like, there's a reason why you're world number two.
With all the hardware you bagged this year, if you can describe 2023 in one word, 2023 season for EJ Obiena, what would it be?
One word: incredible. I would say incredible. I've surprised myself in certain competitions, and I definitely didn't expect to tick all the boxes I set out for me for the year. I mean, rarely do you get to do that. So yeah, it's been an incredible season.
I love how big you are on influencing or inspiring the rest of the community.
Am
You
I
know,
though?
yes,
Am
you
I
are.
though?
You're being so hard on yourself. Oh my gosh, EJ. But no, when I see your posts, it's the story would always be, I'm not just an athlete. The sport is bigger than just my medals and what I win and how I go out. I guess love languages, right? Love languages. Okay, I guess let's tweak it a bit. And I wanted to ask your support language, like for us Filipinos, for us fans, how do you feel the most supported? Because we want to know how we could make you feel supported heading into the 2024 Paris Olympics.
There's not much that you guys could actually do. You've been doing like amazing, and I've been very blessed to be in such a position as where I'm at now, being appreciated of what I do and being expected of great things. That's the support that I never actually believe I would get, and more than what I've expected. So I really don't have anything to add into that. I just want to be very thankful to everyone who's been there supporting me, following this journey, the ups and downs and the twists and turns of it. It's definitely, it's been an amazing journey, and I'm very thankful that I'm able to share my story from time to time. And yeah, thankful for people who gives me kind messages. It's been amazing. I've never imagined to be in this position.
All right, you guys, you heard it here first. EJ Obiena is here to dominate and not just participate in the next Olympics. So thank you so much, EJ, for your time.
Thank you
we
so much.
appreciate it. Nice meeting you. Oh my
thank
God.
you.
Olympian.
That was EJ Obiena with our very own Z Hervasio. After the break, we've got the NU Lady Bulldogs joining us live. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back. You're watching the game. 3 game days left in the first round of the UAAP Women's Basketball Tournament, and occupying the second spot are the defending champs, the NU Lady Bulldogs. Here to give us a look at their season so far are Coach Aries Dimaunahan, Camille Clarin, Carl Pingol, and Angel Surada. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game. I want to start off here first with Coach Aries because it is so strange for me to even say na at the moment, second place ngayon yung NU. Just how difficult has this season been at yung competition na nakita natin ngayon?
We're in an unfamiliar spot right now, number 2, but that goes to show na tumaas na yung level of competition natin sa women's basketball, especially in the UAAP. And number 2 kami ngayon, but we're still doing our job every day para gumaling, and hopefully we could get our spot back at number 1.
Coach, I always would feel bad for the team that faces you after a loss. Kasi grabe talaga yung talent level nyo, grabe talaga yung, I guess, that winning mentality from the NU Lady Bulldogs. Anong sinabi mo sa team after that painful loss to UP?
Again, in any basketball game, kahit saan naman, there should be a winner and there should be a learning experience for the other team. And unfortunately, dun sa UP game, we were at the learning spot. But again, after the game, we just had 24 hours to deal with it and then talk to them and told them that we have to move forward and bounce back. And yun nga, we're glad that we came off of that loss, and then we won convincingly in the next 2 games. And hopefully we could get our third one tomorrow.
Well, Coach, as a Lasallian, medyo nasaktan po ako nung nakita ko yung score. And nasaktan rin ako nung nakita ko na si Camille Clarin just went crazy from beyond the arc. Cici, just how important was it for you girls to bounce back the way that you did against LaSalle?
Super important. I mean, this tournament is an extremely competitive one, not necessarily one that we've seen as competitive as before. So every win counts, and the way that we can do it convincingly, I think every game we need to make a statement that, just because we're second, like, we don't plan to be there for long. Like, we always have our sight set out on what our goal was from the beginning, regardless of what our standing is right now.
Angel, parang iba yung pressure ngayon especially considering the fact that parang lahat ng mga teams sumahabol talent-wise, experience-wise. How do you keep the team in tip-top shape and making sure na you don't go complacent for the rest of the season?
Yun lang po, lagi sinasabi sa amin ni Coach Aries na maging lang po kami, as long as magkakaisa po kami sa loob and we share that ball, makukuha po namin yung panalo. Though, andun po talaga yung pressure. Defending champion po kasi defending champion po kami.
Angel, ano yung mentality ninyo, especially undergoing tougher times here dito sa UAP?
Sorry, ano po?
Ano yung mentality ng team? Alright.
Ano po? Yun lang po sabi sabi ni Camille na every win counts and one game at a time.
Of course,
Respect the opponents.
Of course, si Coach Aries will be very happy to hear that. Pero Carl and Pingol right now, again, I haven't seen you girls in a while in person. I wish to see you girls in action very soon. Pero yung competition ninyo ngayon, it feels like lumelevel up na sila apart from the talent level. But then still, target pa rin yung NU. You're the team that everyone wants to beat. How do you handle yung mga situation na ganun?
Yung sinabi nga ni Coach Aries na every game we respect our opponents and we enjoy lang kung ano lang yung ibibigay na time sa'yo, dapat quality time ka. And ang dapat as a new player, dapat kinakain mo na yung pressure. alam mo na sa sarili mo.
Kinakain niyo na yung pressure. Coach Aris, when you take a look at the pressure, obviously NU always has the pressure to win considering yung history ninyo, considering yung winning pedigree. Personally, Coach, how do you handle that pressure for yourself and, of course, making sure that the players don't crumble under that pressure?
Yeah, I believe it all starts in preparation. The way we prepare gives us the chance na lumit yung pressure. Dahil if we come into the game na well prepared, then the pressure itself mababawasan. And we have to really show up ourselves and compete at any given day against any given team that there will be. So yeah, it boils down to preparation.
CC, we talk about how difficult this season is compared to the previous ones. It feels like we're seeing more Gilas women members in other teams now as well. The experience everyone's getting internationally now funneling over to the other schools also. Coach talked about the preparation. Just how much more prepared does NU have to be, not just for the rest of this first round, but of course moving into the second?
We always have to be on our toes. This is anyone's game nowadays, which is what we love, I think. It's not always interesting maybe to watch women's basketball when the scores are being blown out by 30, 40 points every game. The fact that these are more competitive games is leveling up women's basketball as a whole, and you can see like alumni from different schools are starting to come out to support their teams, and more people watching women's basketball is all the better. And for us being able to compete in front of those people is just a chance that not everybody gets to do. So we're not gonna take it lightly, and we're definitely gonna compete every game.
Coach Aris, I know you mentioned that you have a game tomorrow, but I want to talk about a late scoring spree that NU went on. I think it was 32 points. Grabe talaga. Is that the ceiling? Is that the best you've seen the team play in a span of a quarter that we can expect more of in the next coming games?
That's always our goal, to score as many points as we can, each and every game, each and every quarter, each and every 3-minute span of every game. Glad that we were able to do that last game, and I always believe na we're not yet there to the spot na talagang tip-top kami. We still have a lot more to give, and ang upside namin, I always believe na malaki pa. And hopefully we could reach our full potential when it matters the most, deep in the playoffs.
Coach, we're excited to see your full potential, of course, and see how it matches up with the other full potential teams here in the entire tournament. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully you don't destroy my Lasal by that much next time around. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so when we return, we got the latest on the PBA as the league gears up for its return. Keep it here. You're watching the game.
The PBA membership, no, to more teams, and that's
Back, you're watching the game. The PBA is about to return with its 48th season on November 5. Ahead of the opening day, the league held a press conference in the PBA's long-term goals.
for us to grow the PBA membership, no, to more teams, and that's our plan, and that's part of our long-term plan. As we always say, let's bring back the PBA to normal. Let's go back to normalcy. Yun ang gusto namin sana mangyari. Back to three conference, back to the being able to reinvigorate the PBA and get to where we are pre-pandemic. Yun lang, and that's what we want to do moving forward.
Well, the PBA is back, and marking a thrilling new chapter for the 48th season is the league's new free-to-air home on A to Z. This partnership gives the PBA a primetime slot across all game days, so fans won't miss a second of the slam dunk excitement. Catch games live every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Weekday games are at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., while weekend matchups are set at 3 and 6:15 p.m. on A to Z Channel 11. Fans may also access the PBA games through a wide array of platforms like on PBA Rush and the Pilipinas Live app. Get ready to experience the PBA action like never before. Thank you for joining us. I'm Paulo De Rosario, and this has been The Game.